Welcome back to the 2021 Macabre Month of Horror. If you're new to the Brickwall Pictures channel, the Macabre Month of Horror is a yearly series I do every October where I look back at and review horror films from all around the world. Make sure you check out past year's Macabre Months of Horror. Links to the full playlists for each are in the description. Today's review is for La Casa Lobo, aka The Wolf House.
Afuera hay un lobo. ¿Hay algún chileno aquí? Hola, vengo de la colonia.
This is a German-Chilean co-production that makes use of a totally unique animation style. Just take one look at this animation and you will know immediately whether or not this film is for you. The animation remains just as insane and impressive for the entire duration. It's hard to even wrap your head around the magic happening on screen in La Casa Lobo, let alone try to describe it. It's essentially life-sized stop-motion animation fused with multimedia art pieces and something halfway between stop motion and more traditional animation as images and characters move across the walls and floors of the titular wolf house. 2D becomes 3D and vice versa. Reality bends, warps, and completely disintegrates, and new ground seems to be broken in the field of experimental animation every few scenes. To make matters even more impressive, there's hardly any visible editing, and everything's handheld. It all kind of looks like one shot that flows together. This is a film that is not content to just rest on its laurels. The visual style at the start is impressive enough already, and would be enough for most animated films to coast on as a selling point, but La Casa Lobo is committed to pushing the envelope, not just at its inception, but all throughout its duration. This is an incredible feat of animation, one which took the two directors 5 years to pull off. Throughout this lengthy creation cycle, a number of the life-size sets built and designed for the film were exhibited as art pieces all around the world. That's how good the sets are for this film. How many films can you point to and say, yeah, the sets were so good, we showed them in fucking museums? Critics like to throw the term visually arresting around. It's not a term I use lightly, but La Casa Lobo is visually arresting in the purest sense of the phrase. I planned on sitting down and have dinner while watching La Casa Lobo, but it didn't happen. My food went cold and uneaten. Because I was visually arrested, all right? My ass went to visual jail. I could not tear my eyes off the screen for even a moment until the film concluded. If you're worried that this is maybe too experimental for your taste, then maybe it might be a little bit. But there is a conventional narrative at play. The story isn't experimental, just the presentation of it. The narrative has a classic fairy tale feeling to it, or maybe it's more like local folklore as viewed through a skewed prism. The story being told is simple and pretty straightforward when you boil the plot down to its essence, but the film is positively dripping with atmosphere, and the surrealist presentation is just top-notch. The film does not have a big cast. There's actually just 2 actors providing all of the voiceover, but they both do a great job. And Rainer Krauss is especially haunting in his delivery. The guy just has the perfect voice and delivery for the wolf, this looming presence that we feel without ever seeing. The sing-songy way he says Maria throughout is liable to wheedle its way into your brain and stick in your memory. I can hear it right now.
Maria.
I feel the need to shine my tiny little spotlight on La Casa Lobo because 1, it's fucking phenomenal, and 2, it's the kind of radical passion project that so often flies under the radar. La Casa Lobo gets top recommendations from me. If you see this art style and think it looks interesting, then please seek out La Casa Lobo. At the time of recording, it's on Shudder, so you can check it out there. Or it's also on Canopy, which is free. You just sign up with your library card. Because hey, having fun ain't hard when you've got a library card. And make sure you subscribe to Brickwall Pictures for the rest of this year's Macabre Month of Horror. You can follow along with this playlist on screen or any other Macabre Month of Horror playlist from past years. They are all in the description. I'll see you in the next video.